Hi, I'm Srijini. I'm an open learner and a baker. I love to bake. From the last 2 years, I have been baking and it's something I really enjoy doing. I especially like to bake cakes and, of course, eating them too. So I found someone with similar interest in a baker's fest that I have attended. She is Manuja. She's amazing baker. She also works at a pastry shop, and she's just incredibly talented and passionate about baking. So in my journey of learning baking, I started this series called Baker's Tales, where I talk to different bakers and learn from their experiences and get insights through these conversations. I'm just waiting for her to join. Let's see how today's interview would go. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm just waiting for her to join. Yeah. So last before week I talked with another baker and had amazing conversation. Do check that out, and I'll have more upcoming episodes about of bakers tales where I talk to different bakers, not just bakers actually, whomever I feel I would get benefited from if I talk to them, or just feel like having a conversations, like maybe a food photographer or something like that. I would call them for a live. So do follow me and join these lives to get more insights and listen to these conversations. Sorry, I'm just waiting for Manoja to join. Yes, I'm just waiting. Sorry. Yes. I met Manuja in a Baker's Fest. Baker's Fest is hosted by. Oh, hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi, Srijali. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Yes, good.
Yeah, I was just talking
So,
about and how we met in the Baker's Fest, and just like a random few minutes conversation turned into a turn and walked us through. Sorry, walked us into this live.
yes, very true. It was very interesting, like how you have, entered into baking at such an young age, and you have realized this is the passion and this is how you want to go. That's very interesting, in fact.
Yes. Yeah. So, okay, I just give a little bit introduction about you. Maybe I would love to hear more about you, how you started this whole baking, and how you found that this baking is your passion. Started working towards it.
See, right from the young age, I was like, more into like whenever I see a bakery and such kind of stuff, I used to love it. Like I always wanted to have it, but I was always prohibited to eat of that bakery stuff, having all that high content of fat and all, but still I was so admiring about it. When I was in college, I used to, you even don't believe me, I used to sit nearby the bakery so that I can always smell the, bread, which, how much delicious,
Good.
how good it would be when you bake a bread. It smells so good. Always used to enjoy the smell of the bread sitting beside the bakery, and then I used to study there. It was like that. I never thought that my life would center, my life would center around it. That is how it was. But it all, I used to bake, I used to bake because my mother used to bake cakes. So I used to bake once in a while.
Mm-hmm.
But the more of baking has started after I have finished my college. I have done 1 year of my teaching as a, like a lecturer. And then after that, my marriage. After I've got married, I went to Germany for a few years. There, that is when I just there was oven at my house, and there were so many berries around. There was whipping cream available right in the market. There were so many things to explore there. So I just thought I should do more of baking here because I have some free time available with me. Then I started baking. Then all the things which, like, most of the times would have turned out very good because I used, see, all the times my recipes, most of the recipes are from YouTube, few are from the other blogs which I see from the, I used to Google a lot and then, find few recipes from the blogs and then YouTube. I used to see various videos and then, consolidate and see what's my best, what works for me the best. And then two, three I used to mix and then find my way out for one new recipe. That is how I baked a lot during that 1 year trip in Germany. And all my Indian friends used to like it a lot. Like, hey, this tastes so good. You should try more. You should try more. Like that, I tried a lot of bakes when I was there in Germany. That is when it had started, but it was never a serious option for me.
Mm-hmm.
Then what? After returning from Germany, again, I joined back into my teaching profession, and then I was a teacher again. But again, I had to take a break for some family issues. That is when my friend come colleague, she has asked me to take an order for her. She told, you bake such a good thing. She has seen my page. Then I had a Facebook page from all my bakes. So she had seen my page and she told me that you should just try. I'll give you an order. I thought, why? I'll just bake for you for free. Why do you want to give me an order? And why should I? I don't even know how to calculate pricing. That is a big thing, no? But she said, okay, take whatever you feel like taking and just bake, consider this as a business option and see how it goes. It's like, no, dear, please don't make me do it as a business. But she told me, no, 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 you should try it. But I didn't take it seriously, but I mean, seriously in the way as a business, but I took the order as it is, as a very serious one. She told me that you should bake me before 1 month, but I had trial for 3 times. I have tried my recipe 3 times. I have tried my buttercream 3 times. I was sure I make sure that I should not fail in any of the things, and it should taste the best.
Yeah.
And and it came out well, very pretty well than what I expected. And she was very happy. And I didn't know how to charge the cake which I had baked.
I know.
It's it's very difficult, and that too I was not into it. I didn't know how to charge. I was like vaguely, after so many pushes, I told that okay, this much, and she has given me because she is my friend. And then later, many of my friends and colleagues have ordered, and then many of my friends here in my apartment in the society have also ordered. It was all just like a hobby, and then just because it is a break, I thought, okay, orders are coming. Anyways, I'm in a break. Let me take it in. That is what my mindset was at that particular time. I was never serious. Although I was baking, I was never serious taking it as a career because I never thought baking as a lucrative career at all. So I thought, okay, anyways, orders are pouring in. Let me take it. So, but it happened to be COVID that time, and there were many orders which I wasn't expecting. Many orders from nearby apartments. More, the word of mouth has played a lot. Many people have come to me, and I was very surprised. I didn't even tell.
COVID
Uh,
time that a lot of bakers also started a little more, and this industry itself have little uplifted during that time.
Exactly. That is what, like, I never told myself about anyone to anyone that I'm baking. You have to give me orders and all like that. I never asked by myself because I never thought I would be able to do in such huge way, like that. But many people have come to me, and I never told no to anyone as such. So that is how during COVID time, my orders have gone to a level which I have never expected. So that is how my baking journey continued. And then
And
after that I had
mouth
to
is some
take a break.
biggest marketing strategy you can ever find. It's like the best.
Exactly, exactly, yeah. So that is how it has started. And then actually I had to take a break again for my second pregnancy. And then I thought in the second pregnancy I have made up my mind, because during COVID and during the whole baking journey, what I always, because I know most of the bakers can relate to this, is what there will be a lot of struggle finding new recipes, working it out, because I'm a self-taught baker. I have not gone to any kind of baking school nor any kind of workshops as well. So everything finding out by myself, writing out down what observations, and then again going back and seeing, okay, if I do in the certain other way, will I see any good results. So I have tried many kind of recipes, so much of experimentation, so much of time, so much of hard work, so many of failures. I have learned so much, and there are also, it is not that easy. It is very challenging with kids around, and you have a family to take care, and then doing this thing is not that easy. So in my second pregnancy, I just thought this is not the way I have to go. And of course, this is not the career option. I anyways have a good degree for myself. And so I should anyways go back to my teaching thing. I've bought few books to, go into a next competitive exam. Like that, I have already bought my books and I started reading for the other competitive exam. And I don't know how, like, I have got a WhatsApp message saying that there is an opening, fondant artist opening in the nearby, well, it's a cloud kitchen. And it is a very big cloud kitchen. So I was just wondering, should I apply? Because it was very nearby to our society. And I thought, why not just apply and see what actually they're asking for? So I just applied. They were really happy, and they didn't ever work with home baker. And I said, okay, I can work, but I have limited a slot available for me to work in the patisserie. So
Amazing that
I told.
you go out and start working in a cloud kitchen. That's amazing.
Exactly. I never thought that they would be taking a home baker without any professional experience. I was first excited that they were really accepting a home baker. And then they also accepted my time challenges. They said, okay, then I started working there. And I thought that they gave me only a 3 months of internship at first, but they liked my work and I liked the place, so I continued for an year there. So I've been working in Lilium Patisserie for over an year, and my main interest first started as a baking, but more than baking, I enjoyed to decorate the cake more. I'm more into artistic thing and all, so yeah, I always see bake as, a cake as an empty canvas, and you like to do something or the other. Every time I used to try a new thing on a single cake. Although the client didn't ask me to do the same theme, but I used to ask them, what theme do you like the most? I used to, do it for myself without, even though I don't get the payment for that. Although I don't get a payment, but still I have some. I get some experience how to do that, and people will also know that I will be able to do such kind of things. So they should know, right? So that's the reason I used to do for free for initial few months. I used to do free for all these things, and maybe that is how I got an opportunity for this Lilium Patisserie as well. They have taken me into the fondant thing, and after going there, there is no look back at all. My fondant skills have gone like 50 times more, and I'm able to do like big figurines and all. I'm very happy about what I am now.
That's amazing. That's a really well put journey. I know when you actually experience it's like a lot of ups and downs, a roller coaster experience, but that's beautiful journey
Yes.
to talk about. Yeah. I also want to know how did the whole uh, you working in Lilium have helped you? Like when you sit at home, bake is completely different when you go out in the cloud kitchen and start working. So how was that transition and how did it help you?
Initially it was not at all that easy, because all the people over there have some background who, like, they must have studied in a year or two, like a diploma or they must have done some workshop and they have entered into the patisserie. Very I like around I can count on my fingers, like very few of them have come without any prior experience. And you can say that people who are freshers will struggle a lot in the beginning. But like home baking experience has added me a lot of value, because when you go to patisserie, it is a way there you can't do all the things at the same time. When you are a home baker, you bake the cake, you tart it, you frost it, you ice it, and then you decorate it. You got to do all the things, and you also are the manager of your things. You talk to the client, you do everything for yourself. There is none other than you are the whole thing, right? But in patisserie it is not the same way. You have to be expert in one certain thing. So if you are in a fondant thing, you should be able to do that fondant work, whatever it may be. It takes you should be able to do that particular thing. So when an order comes, if something uh, some fondant work is there in that order, if a cake has some fondant work, that would come to us, to the fondant department. So there are two. Some when I started, there were 3 or 4 people. Then now it is a group of 7 to 8.
Wow.
So we always work with only fondant, and then or decorating the cake. So yeah, you just get to know so many things when you, yeah. So that is how it works. It helps a lot when you go to a professional kind of environment. It's altogether a different experience.
So in the pastry, oh, so that was your job. So that's, yeah. As I said, it would be a dream job for me to work
Yeah.
this cake. So I was also wondering, not every day is a calm day. So I'm sure there must be a busy day, full scheduled day. How do you manage your days, like as a home baker?
Yeah. So, um, as I told you, from after COVID, I have, although there are orders, because clients are always coming back to me, although I'm not baking, because they always, are adjusted to my bakes. They always liked my bakes. They didn't want to go to other bakers. They have come to me. Although I told them I was not baking, they asked me to bake for one time, or last one time, like that. So I took the bake orders outside also. Although I was working at Lilium, I took the orders directly as a home baker. And then it was difficult initially, but after going to the patisserie, I was more organized, I should say. I should say, I could understand easily, I could figure out easily how the things can be done easily, in the sense, in a more organized, well organized way. Before, it was not organized at all. After going to patisserie, I was very much organized, and I could understand very well. If you have given me certain very complicated figurine as well, I am now able to understand how to build up the figurine, how to get the basic structure, and then how to build it up and to get a stable structure. There were so many tips that, see, you work on the same thing again and again. You yourself can understand how you can do it better the next time. You will understand, okay, if you do this, you might get a better result. That is how over an year we ourselves have explored a lot in fondant and created a a benchmark, like
Uh,
this is what Lilium patisserie fondant figurines would look like.
yeah,
That is how it is now.
yeah, such a creative field, and
Yeah.
yeah, it's you doing different things, and you also post online. So I also keep referring to your posts and stuff.
Thank you.
So I was also wondering. You mentioned that you also document your results when you bake a recipe or anything as such. So how
Yes.
do you experiment? How do you plan? And how do you document all of those learnings?
See, initially, when I started baking, see, I'm a person, like, I don't want to give a person, particularly a client, a bake which I tried for the first time. I just can't take that, what you say, um, we can't experiment with the orders. So we make sure, and obviously we don't have a foolproof recipe with us that works anytime. So what we would do, what I would do most of the time.
When you bake something, the climate, the temperature here, the ingredients, the quality. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. So what I used to do, I used to write down the recipe first. I used to calculate how much grams it would sum up to, and then I would see how much grams I would first try. And initially, I didn't even know how much cake I have to bake. So so that I mean, how much sponge I have to bake so that I would get a 1 kg of final cake. Did you understand? So I did not know that I have to bake 500 grams cake, and then I have to add 300 grams frosting, and then I have to add 100 grams soaking. All this knowledge also I didn't have before I was I started a business. I started from exploring from the how much amount of sponge it has to go. Like how I used to go to different bakeries and see how much sponge height used to be there, how much of frosting they used to put. But I also figured out that that is way too much cream. And personally, I would never love so much of cream. So most of the clients also would not love. So when they come to home baker, I thought that, okay, I should give a quality of thing. So I decrease the sweetness, I decrease the amount of cream and increase the sponge and decrease the soaking also. I used to see each and every time I do this, I used to write the observations, what I used to feel and what the client used to feel. I never used to leave the client just if they say nice. I never agreed if they say the cake is nice. I used to call them back and say, how did you, how is your mouth feel? What do you think it tastes like? Is it more sweet or is it dry or is it moist? I used to, ask so many questions. I used to bug them. And then, that is how we will know how the clients are liking the things. So that is how I really the first 6 months, I think, I figured out so many things by asking with the clients itself. They were good actually. More like 99% of the clients which came to me are very good. They used to get back to me with a positive feedback. And also there were times that I should never say that I didn't have any failures. There were failures while transporting. There were so many times where I could not give the client the cake at the time where they were expecting. There were delays. There were times which when the cake was dry. There were times there was a small damages in the cakes. Through the orders, I figured out how to transport. Yeah, yeah. How to transport the cake, how to, keep the cake moist for longer time. There are so many things which you learn through the journey. That is how, if you write, what I suggest to everyone is keep writing, at least initially. When you do this, you keep writing, okay, today I did this bake. What did you find out from this? Do you think this? I also did two experiment. I also keep experimenting. If I add condensed milk, how does the cake turn out? If I add curd, how does the cake turn out? Which tastes better? Sometimes I used to do both together and eat the cake at the same time just to check the mouth feel. So all these observations will work. It helps a lot. Yeah, I can't just tell you how much, but it helps you a lot through the journey.
I agree. I completely agree. When I keep doing these experiments now, yeah, I'll try doing more and more, as you said.
Yes, yes.
Nice. So I also feel this is quite evoluting, and people are getting so much creative these days that there are a lot of trends that are coming up. So how do you keep up with all the trends and new techniques that keep coming up?
See, right from the beginning, I should say that I'm a person who doesn't want to do the same thing again and again. I just want to do something different. Even though I do the same cake again, I do maybe a frosting, a different one, or maybe, a decoration, a different one. That way, I always try to, learn something new through each and every bake. Maybe that is how I came into baking, which is not my profession at all, because I love experimenting. So whenever I see a cake trend, I just feel like, not because I'll get an order out of it, but I just want to see how it turns out. Like, okay, let me try. This is something interesting. Let me try how it turns out. That is how I first try it. No, sometimes I check YouTube videos also how they are actually starting to get into the get that technique, and then I go in. Not that I see, I always don't go to all the trends. There are so many trends which I didn't even follow. See, some trends doesn't even make sense. I always, see that if that is something which is very attractive and which I feel that clients will order such kind of things, which I feel very interesting, I should try that. Then I would definitely give it a try as soon as I see it.
Yeah, yeah. And also, I
Yeah.
had this question like, how do you keep track of your quality and quantity of your baked goodies?
Srijani, can you give me a second? My phone charging is draining. I'll just get the charger. Give me a minute.
Yeah, yeah, no worries.
Yeah.
Yeah, till now it was been an interesting conversation we both had. We were just talking about how she started her baking journey and how things went through her journey. If you also have any questions, do drop them. I will ask Manuja. Uh, or if you're seeing the same, you can drop the questions in comment. I'm sure Manuja would love to answer them.
I'm so sorry for the disturbance
Yeah,
in between.
yeah. I was asking how do you keep track of the quality of your baked goodies?
See, I always make sure that I work in a very clean environment. See, the main basic thing is whenever I follow a recipe, I just don't take any random YouTube video and just do it. You see, I see that I take it from a professional kind of YouTube videos where, a chef, a certified chef gives the recipe. So the recipe, so one before I try the recipe, I would make sure that that recipe should be coming from a chef kind of person, not from any random baker. So first, that is how I make sure that the recipe is good, and then I also see that always whenever I bake, I don't leave the uh, cakes outside so that it doesn't become too dry. Always try to cling wrap and keep it inside in the fridge to make it moist. And also, I always see that the syrup. Initially, I used to make the sugar syrup, but later I found out that sugar syrup is making my cakes too sweet. Then I really decreased the amount of sugar and then added more of water and less of sugar, so that most of the clients would love the cake to be on the less sweeter side, not like the outside local bakery ones. I also make sure that the cream is well chilled. All of these are the basic things which you should do as a home baker. Like when people come for home baker, they expect basic hygiene and basic um, good conditions for the cake to be baked.
Definitely, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, we'll end this with a small round of rapid fire.
Sure, sure.
Yeah. So, what's your favorite dessert to bake?
Always cake. Always
What
a cake.
I know, I agree. I'm also with
Yeah.
you on that. And what dessert that you always wished to learn?
It's bread. Bread is something which I always fascinate upon. I tried many times bread, but it was not to my expectation. I always want to learn bread. Bread baking is something which I look up for.
Okay, yeah. Dark chocolate.
Come again.
Dark chocolate or milk chocolate?
Always dark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What type of flavor do you like in your cakes?
See, I'm a basically, a chocolate lover a lot. And one more before I just want to go to this one, I just want to say that in any of your cakes, when you are making a ganache, particularly many people say that they like dark chocolate ganache. I figured it out recently that adding milk chocolate into the dark chocolate ganache will give you more tastier, more richer cake.
Oh,
So it's just not dark. You should add a bit of milk chocolate to get that, that richness. It enhances the richness, in fact. So yeah.
yeah.
So coming back from that.
Yes, yes. And what type of frosting do you like on your cakes?
See, initially, every time I always loved that dairy whipped cream, which we don't get in India. There in Germany, we get 35% of fat, more than 35% of fat, whipping cream, dairy whipping cream. That tastes like heaven. Like you just can't even say. The mouthfeel is so good, and it was so nice. After coming here, I tried with the Amul cream, but it could, although the taste is good, but we can't achieve the stability. I tried it a lot doing like the gelatin method and so many methods I tried to make it stable, but it was not stable with our weather conditions. So that dairy whipping cream is very nice, and then the buttercream also is so very good. You can't just you know
Yeah,
compare with our regular whipping cream.
yeah, yeah. What are two tips that you would like to give for young bakers like me?
See, first, the main thing which I would want to say is if you feel in your heart that you want to bake, never give up, never turn back. See, whatever circumstances it may be, like you may feel that array it is getting so tough, then you take a help. I would always see, although I'm a self-taught baker, I would never tell other bakers to learn yourself. It is not a good idea because it takes a lot of struggle, lot of effort to uh, keep yourself in track. So I would always tell you to go to a certified trainer or go to a workshop so that you would not feel discouraged by all the attempts which you give. You will get that strength to stay on the path.
Hmm.
That is the main thing because baking is not an easy task. When it comes to a hobby, it is okay. You can bake, although it doesn't come to a in a very good way, but it is okay because you are just baking for your family. But when it comes to a client, it is completely different. You have to reach the expectations. You have to know the business. It is hobby is a different, business is very different. In hobby anything would do, it's just a cake, but in business you have so many things which comes around it, like how to manage the relationship, the client's relationship, how to be profitable, how to price your bakes. There are so many things. So I always want to tell the upcoming bakers to have to get some professional help in the beginning so that they will not get discouraged. They will have some professional guidance in the beginning. Once they are into the path, then it will be easier for them.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah, definitely. And what's one frustrating thing about baking?
Oh my God, I should never. I just don't like the cleaning up the mess which has been created. My God, right from the beginning, I would be just interested, so much interested in baking. The only thing which pulls me back is, the cleaning part. Like, you get to have the whole sink and the whole kitchen. The kitchen would look like it has hit by a hurricane after I give my client my order. I just don't know where to start from, how to clean the whole kitchen. I just don't like the cleaning part at all.
Yeah, yeah, I agree so
I
much.
know
Yeah,
all the bakers would relate to this.
thank you so much. So I just
It
have one.
was,
How was your experience putting up the cake stalls? Like I see in your Instagram, you put different cake stalls throughout the year. I was wondering how was that experience?
Yeah, so cake stall is like it's a very good experience, in fact, because most of the times you never get to see the client to eat the cake which you baked in front of you. So that is a time where the people would eat the cake right in front of you. You can see the reactions, you can see their happiness in their faces. That is a thing which I would never ever forget, because it gives you immense satisfaction, happiness, seeing the clients enjoying your bakes. That is the thing which you can never get when you just give away the cakes from your home. You could never see how your clients will be happy. But baking in a bake sale is it's a bit tricky. You should understand where you are putting up the stall. You should understand what kind of people would be coming, stepping inside, how many footsteps would come inside the stall. There are a lot of calculations, so that you should not end up with a loss. So your bake should not be too pricey. At the same time, you should not go into loss. You should put it at a sweet margin where you should be getting into the profits, as well as the people should be able to buy your bakes. So always I can say that you can never price your bakes in the bake sale like you price at your home baking cake. Your home baking cake can be at a higher price because your clients know you already, like how much quality of cake you give, how your cakes would be. They already know you, so they are coming to you. But in the bake sale, they would never know you. So if the client they are coming to you, they wanted to know, they wanted to taste the cake. They don't know you, but they are seeing the cakes, they wanted to eat it. So you just price it at a very minimal price. Once they like it, then it is a platform to advertise yourself, about advertise your Instagram page, advertise your sale. You should tell about yourself, what all you are interested in. I mean, what all you are doing, what business are you doing, what is your niche. This is a place where you can tell about yourself to the clients, rather than just making the profits. Here you can't make profits. It's just you are advertising yourself in the bake sale. So it's a place where at a very minimal price they would be able to taste your bakes. They need not order a half kg cake or a 1 kg cake, like unlike the home bakery thing where you have to order a minimum half kg cake or 1 kg cake. But here in bake sale, they can eat a small slice of cake and understand the quality of our bakes, and then they can get back to us. That way you can find many clients when you go to a bake sale.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, thank you so much. It was amazing. I should honestly tell you, it gave me a lot of insights and tips that I can take it forward in my journey. Thank you so much for coming to the live and sharing your experience and expertise in this field.
Thank you, Srijani. It was nice talking to you. Initially, when I got to meet you in the fest, also, I was very surprised to know that you are just a teenager, and then you found out your passion, and you are, going behind the passion. It's not a simple task, and kudos to your parents who are supporting you, to Um, pursue your baking career. It is really awesome. I always, you can come back to me all the time whenever you have any kind of queries. I'm always there to help you. And all the best for you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. All the best for you too. Thank you. Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye. Bye bye.
Okay, I'll meet you in the next episode of Baker Tales. Bye.
Bye.